Hey, it's Drew Bennett from Ben Spark Family Adventures back with another video. The folks at Twinkly sent me their new Twinkly Squares set. This is a LED lights that are in squares of 8 by 8, so 64 LED lights in each square. It comes with a set of 6 of them that you can mount on your wall. They sent me this for free so that I could do a review for you. It is awesome. I was really excited about this. I had done the Twinkly line video a while back, and I liked my Twinkly line, but the Twinkly Square, that's awesome because every single one of these individual lights, the 64 in each one of the squares, no matter how many you put together, you can control every single light and how every single light works. So an example of what this is right behind me, is one of the designs that is a pre-made design from Twinkly, and you can do all sorts of other things. I'm going to do an unboxing of this box to show you what's inside, how to do it, what it looks like on the wall, and then we're going to take a look at the Twinkly app to see what sort of things you can do with the Twinkly app. I have something new for my office today from Twinkly, Twinkly Squares. So these are a set of 6 multicolor LED panels that are app controlled, and they are going to be mounted on one of my walls in this office. Which, if you look around here, that space right there, that's the only space that's left because I've got stuff all over the walls. I even other stuff, including my other twinkly lights that are there. Good, I don't have the lights on, so you can't see it. But yeah, there's not much other room to use in this office, so I'm going to use that space right there for these Twinkly Squares. So I've got 6 of them there, and I'm going to show you what's in the box so that you can see what Twinkly Square is all about. So we'll take this off and open this up. Inside's our instruction book, and inside the instruction book we have a welcome card. We've got some stickers, and this is like a form that shows you where to put the holes in the wall so that you can affix the squares to the wall. So this form there, and then instruction book. Then we look here. This is what one of the squares look like with all of the individual LED squares that are part of it. And there are 6 of these. Then on this side, we have some of the hardware that's needed to connect the different pieces together. So as we look here, we have some wiring to connect the individual squares together. So if we was to take out one of these squares, you can see here on the back of the square, there are places where you can attach those wires so that you can connect these squares together. Each of the Twinkly Squares have 64 LED lights on them. So it's an 8 by 8 square. And in addition to the wiring, you also have these pieces that are used to connect the squares together so that you can piece them together in a square of 6, a square of 4. You can stagger them. You can do a whole bunch of different things in order to put them on the wall. I am going to do a 2 by 3 set on the wall there, and eventually I'd like to get another set of 3 lights so that I can have a 3 by 3 square with 9 of the Twinkly Squares inside. Also in the box, there is the power for the Twinkly Squares. So we have our power brick here that we put into the wall, and then we attach the other piece of that to one of the Twinkly Squares. And there is one of the squares that is the power square, is this one here. You can see there is the location where you can attach the power, and this is kind of the controlling square of the whole set of squares. So you can see this is like the controller square, and this is one of the additional squares, and you can see how the back of them is different. And the way that these are designed, you can do all sorts of combinations and designs with the Twinkly Squares. So we use these connectors to connect the two squares together. So this is the command square, and off of this I am connecting this other square here. So we are just running the wire through this channel so that it can stay flush to the wall. And you can see that this keeps it nice and flush. And then in order to keep these panels together really well, we have these pieces, and I'm going to attach that here. So we have little spaces where we put these ones. And make sure I'm trying to do this overhead. And we just push those in, and now we have these two connected really well. There are other pieces that you can use to connect as well, like these little ones here, so you can make that even tighter and stronger. I now have the 6 squares all connected together and also securely fastened together using the plastic fasteners, and everything is flush so that it will fit on the wall without having any problem. So I could use screws and stuff in the wall, which that's fine, but what I generally use for myself to put things on my wall are command strips, and I've got the 6-pound ones there, and I've got a whole bunch of them that should hold this up very nicely. And they're also Velcro, so if I need to reposition, I can do so. Here I have the Twinkly Squares attached to my wall. So they're not on right now. You can obviously see me in doing my video part here. I can use the Twinkly app. This is the Twinkly app, and with it I am going to now turn on my twinkly lights, and I have it set for a GIF of Lion-O from the Thundercats. But if I want, I could put that back to the design I had behind me in the video. This is the mica, and I like this one. It's a nice design. But I have a whole bunch of them that I can choose from in the gallery. So here in the gallery, I can decide I would like something like this, the unicorn sun. Let's see. I can also scroll through them. So if I want, I can scroll through. These are some. The Lion-O one is one that I created, but a lot of these are the ones that are made from Twinkly. Now, a neat thing, what you can do with this is you can create your own effect. So you can start with these stripes here, but you can now adjust things like the speed. So if I want to slow it down a little bit, I can slow it down. If I want it to go faster, I can make it go faster. If I want to zoom it in, I can zoom it in. One big giant stripe. Zoom in, zoom out. We can also shift it a bit. We can also change the angle. All sorts of things that you can do with that. You can also change the colors. So if you want them to be different colors, you can do that. You can add additional colors. So if I want this to be like a yellow, a green, or a purple, say a purple and an orange. Oh, here we go. I can do that. So you have a lot of control over what you'd like to see on your Twinkly squares. I can also get out of the effects there, and I could import a GIF. So I have a few of them that I put in here because I like some of these properties. You can see that importing that right away didn't look so great, but if you zoom it in, you can make that even better. This is where, if I had 9 of the Twinkly squares to make a full square, 3 by 3, this would look even better. So if I want to save that and just give it a name, I can go into my gallery, and that one titled G, I could put there, but I did a better one of the Autobot symbol there. So I've created my own I can set up favorites. I can map all the lights. I can do a whole bunch of things with the Twinkly app and with my Twinkly Squares. So cool. I'm going to put back Optimus Prime and apply that. So that's one I usually have up on my wall. So that's Twinkly Squares. Really awesome stuff. I am very excited for this. I am probably going to get myself 3 more so that I have a full square on the wall. I could do a lot of pixelated art with it, and I'm very excited about that. Like back when I was a kid, and I used to take my Nintendo instruction books and graph paper, and I would graph out what different characters look like, and I could do this using the Twinkly Squares. That would be a lot of fun. And maybe I make them animated and stuff like that. I'm only scratching the surface as to what I can accomplish with the Twinkly Squares as far as decor in my office. Now, these Twinkly Squares, they work with Apple HomeKit, they work with Hey Google, they work with which now all of my devices just got all like, hey, what do you want? How can I help you? And then it also works with Alexa. And so these can be controlled in so many different interesting ways. So if I wanted to, I could put this particular device on Google so that I could turn it off with just telling it through my Google Home. Well, that would be really cool. Anyway, I'd like to thank the folks from Twinkly for sending me this particular product for free. It was awesome. I am so excited about it. I'm really excited that it's now on my wall and I could do some really cool light related decoration here in the office. Anyway, it's Drew Bennett from Ben Spark Family Adventures. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Ben Spark, Facebook.com/Ben Spark Family Adventures, and you can find me here making videos all the time. Thanks for watching.